All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, it's no aberration that the Phoenix Suns are on fire. The Suns have won their last 7 playoff games, which included sending the defending NBA champions Los Angeles Lakers home in the first round while sweeping the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference semis. Now, you look at the job that head coach Monty Williams has done with the Phoenix Suns, and after getting a raw deal in New Orleans as the head coach of the Pelicans, he is proving his worth in Phoenix. And I think everything started to come into place for the Suns going back to last year in the playoff bubble. They fell short of making the postseason, but they were one of, if not the hottest teams in the bubble last season to finish out the regular season. And they've carried that momentum over into this season, and the rest is history. You look at some of their big signings, acquiring Chris Paul, the veteran point guard. And and I know we said this before about CP3, but this is probably his best opportunity to get to the finals. I mean, you look at the talent around him, and it's all about keeping CP3 healthy. He is the floor general that this team needs, and he's a throwback point guard, and more teams need to focus on having a point guard who is a floor general like Chris Paul instead of worrying about this positionless basketball, because Chris Paul goes out there and dictates the pace, and he makes the players around him better. You look at another veteran that came in this season, Jay Crowder. He helped the Miami Heat reach the finals last year in the playoff bubble, and he has that edge to him. It's something about those Marquette guys that whether they played under Tom Crean or Buzz Williams, they come into the NBA with a chip on their shoulder. You look at Jay Crowder, of course, some of the greats, a future Hall of Famer in Dwayne Wade, and of course Jimmy Butler also come to mind when you're thinking about that. DeAndre Ayton is really stepping his game up. The former number 1 pick of the draft. He's averaged more than 15 and 10.5 boards in this postseason, almost in line with what he has done during the regular season, but he gives them a solid presence in the middle. And of course, Devin Booker. These playoffs have been his coming out party. He's averaging nearly 28 points per contest. We've always known that Devin Booker is a phenomenal scorer in the regular season. Now he is doing it on the big stage. And I said that coming into the playoffs, at the beginning of the playoffs for the Suns, would Devin Booker be ready for the big stage? And he is showing that he is, and then some. You look at it, this has been a solid team that's been put together by James Jones. Of course, he is leading this Suns front office. But the thing is, what is helping Phoenix so much? They have a wealth of balance. If you look at that, the series sweep versus the Nuggets, and just about every single game, every Suns starter had scored in double figures. It's all about that balance. Of course, you think about Booker and you think about Chris Paul, but it's really the balance. And I've said this before about Booker, even before this season. There were times when he would have 40 and 50-point games, but they would lose. Now you're not seeing Booker have those big games as much, but guess what? They're winning. And I think everybody is bought into what Monty Williams is selling. And this is a reason why the Suns are where they're at. Granted, I know that they played a Lakers team that was injured, and, they faced a Denver Nuggets team that did not have Jamal Murray. But at the end of the day, you do not apologize for winning, and it is all about surviving and advancing. Now, for the Suns, they find themselves in the Western Conference Finals now for the first time since 2010. And honestly, this is probably Phoenix's best chance to get to the NBA Finals, win the NBA championship, since they had Charles Barkley back in 1993. You look at this team, they have plenty of balance. They're playing hot. They believe in their coach right now, and who knows exactly how far that this team could go. I said that the Suns were going to have their hands full in the first round versus the Lakers, and you know what? They found a way to overcome that. I said that Denver was going to be too much for Phoenix in the second round, and you know what? They sent Denver home packing. So at this point, I'm not going to write this team off anymore. They are the real deal. They are legit. And you know what? When you have a balance like they do, playing inside-out basketball, guys being selfless out there, and also focusing on the defensive end of the floor. Because if you look at that series versus the Nuggets, They really made Nikola Jokic work for every point that he got. And you know what? They took the other players away around Jokic, made that Denver Nuggets team one-dimensional, and they were never able to make the adjustments, being the Nuggets, to what the Suns were doing. And it really started at the defensive end of the floor. This is the time of the year where the better defensive teams flex their muscles. This is what Phoenix is doing right now. We've seen the balance on offense, and who knows how far this Suns team can go for the rest of these playoffs. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.